back on the field in kind of a game setting, and what did you see out there that you liked?
Man, it was phenomenal. We were all fired up today. I think that's what I saw the most that I liked. This team felt so alive. I mean, we were just moving great. I mean, we got tired, but we're getting there. It was just a blast. It was awesome.
To kind of follow up on that, what players did you see that really stood out to you personally?
Um, Today, I'd say the entire offensive line. Mason Brooks starting off. I think he had like 7 pancakes. The guy was going crazy. Both my guards. The whole line did really good, and of course, Piggy's really stepped it up. We're pretty deep in quarterbacks right now, and that he's doing good. So saw a lot of good stuff from those guys.
To kind of follow up on that one, what's it been like working with Piggy since he got here?
It's been great. He's got an amazing attitude, good leader. He's always there with the offensive line after good or bad drive, supporting us, telling us what to do. Good job. He's been phenomenal. Really enjoyed having him here.
Seth, it's Jeff Lightsey with WBKO. It's another year, Coach Ellis and Coach Helton's offense. In what ways do you think you guys will be able to take the next step in this offensive scheme?
I would say it's the small things. Last year we had a great general idea of what to do, but this year, each play we're breaking down even more, and we're honing in on the small things to ensure that we have everything right. I think that'll make a big difference. And of course, hope to have very little penalties again this year. That's a big goal of ours.
Seth, this is Jared with the Daily News again. Coach Ellis kind of talked about last year and how the offense struggled a little bit in the scrimmage. I guess, where would you evaluate where you are at this point this year with the offense compared to this point last year?
I'd say that we're ahead. The offensive line felt really good today. We're a little behind because of the circumstances that have been happening, but I think we're really, really catching up fast just because of a good attitude and the coaches pushing us. So I'd say that we are far more ahead than we were last year.
Taron Johnson, WNKY 40. Seth, you talk about the offensive line unit every day in practice, and especially today in a scrimmage-like setting, you're going against a defensive line that may be the best you'll see all year long. How much of an advantage, I guess, is that to go against such a talented group and, to be able to prepare yourselves against the best of the best?
And it's awesome. We're all really close-knit too. Know everybody on the D-line. We're all good friends, but they push us and we push them, and we're going at it every day, and it gets us right. So I'm thinking that's going to be another advantage we have in this season. We're playing a really, really good defense every single day, and it's a great thing.
I've got one more question here. Taron Johnson, WKY 40 again. Seth, you talked about protecting the quarterback position, no matter who is back there. Obviously Piggy has a little more experience than some of the other guys at this level, but how important is that as an offensive line to be able to protect a quarterback that you're not necessarily familiar with, and that's not necessarily familiar, with you guys blocking in front of him?
Yeah, it's like you said. It doesn't matter who it is. We just take pride in protecting the guy. He's got our back and we have his, and that's the way we look at it. It doesn't matter who it is. So it is a pride thing for us.
Antwon, this is Jared McDonald with the Daily News here in Bowling Green. I guess, first of all, just how good did it feel to be out there in a competitive game-like setting, and what did you see out there that you liked personally?
It felt great. We was off a little while this summer, because of COVID reasons. So to be out there with the team, going hard, going back and forth with the offense, they did very good today. Our defense, we think highly of our defense, because we've been here together so long, and we have great chemistry within our defense. So it felt good out there to get out there with our guys and play aggressive.
To kind of follow up on that, talking to Coach White, it's kind of sounded like it was business as usual for you guys. Nothing really super special, but just taking care of things, avoiding the big plays. I guess, what was kind of your focus coming into today?
So we've been defense where we key in on our reads, and we don't expect nothing deep. Don't get too much deep plays because it's gonna take life out of defense. So we just harp and we prepare well at practice of keying on our reads, and we have big expectations for this defense. So just like I said, keying on our reads and be disciplined. That's all we.
Antwon, it's Jeff Lightsey from WBKO. You guys are getting ready to play Louisville. They got a quarterback that runs around. What's it like practicing a guy like Piggy when you know you're getting ready for a guy like Cunningham over at Louisville?
Oh, Piggy is an incredible quarterback, especially on his feet. But not only on his feet, he's more dynamic with his touch pass. Like, he throws good passes and good balls, and that's what helps us, prepare for quarterbacks like that. You always have those mobile quarterbacks that can, just kill you with their feet. But he does it on the pass too, and he's an incredible quarterback, and I'm glad to have him.
Antwon, kind of following up on that, this is Jared from the Daily News again. You mentioned Piggy, but going against this offense as a whole, what's it like this year compared to years in the past, especially last year, just where you think they're at?
I feel like our offense has been the same. They've been this up-tempo offense. They've been given, great quarterback runs and good quarterback passes and stuff, taking us deep, good perimeter runs. So, I feel like our offense has been the same. Just with our addition of Piggy, we have a guy that an extra running back back there, and we can use him, in the pass game well and the run game well. So I feel like him being a good addition to this team and our offense is going to be more high powered.
Antwon, you guys have an experienced group coming back on defense, but who are some guys that either didn't play last year and may have not been on a team that's a newcomer that we can expect to see make some plays for you guys on that side of the ball?
We have, some JUCO guys. Got John at our nickel back, and our cornerback we have Dom. They're two dynamic, high energy guys. They've been giving excitement, giving us energy on defense. Even when they're not in the game, like on the sideline, you just hear them, and that makes you feel better. A more energetic defense. So they've been giving us some spark on and off the field.
Taryn Johnson, WNKY 40 TV. Antwon, taking a step back and looking at the defensive unit as a whole, what are some areas that you think that the defense needs to improve on in the next 2 weeks before the season opener at Louisville?
It's a lot we need to improve on, man. Just the number one thing is staying disciplined. Like I said earlier, just keying in on our reads and not allowing the big plays. Don't let offense take the top off you. Just make the offense walk down the field. They're going to make mistakes. Just be the same defense we were last year, but be more aggressive and more prepared for this year.
Taryn Johnson, WKU 40 again. Antwon, I'm curious. We're at the halfway point of camp right now. We've had 2 weeks and we have 2 weeks to go. At this point in time, have you started thinking about and preparing for Louisville, or are you still focused on WKU's defense and just focusing on your own team and the progression that you have in camp?
I feel like it's a mix. We need to prepare for ourselves and we need to prepare for our first game. But I really just play from within. Like we're focused on ourselves right now. We've been off a while. Because of reasons in the summer. COVID and things like that. But I feel like we're a well-prepared team, and today showed it. Offense wasn't just kicking the defense, but defense wasn't just kicking the offense, but it was back and forth, and that's what we're going to need, to be a successful team.
Kyle, Jared McDonald with the Daily News in Bowling Green here. I guess just overall, how good did it feel to just be out there in a competitive game-like setting, and what did you see out there that you liked?
Starting off, it's just hugely important to come out there and have that type of day. Just with all the confusion going on, not really people knowing if we were going to have a season or what was going to take place, just being able to come out here and fly around just kind of took a lot of stress off everybody. And the number one thing I like to see from a team is just competing. Like, that was the number one thing for the day, was just no matter what happened, the calls, the penalties, no matter what, just keep competing and just keep working. And that was one thing that was really good to see that we did today.
You guys have an experienced group coming back on defense. I guess how much does that help when you have an abbreviated kind of camp with all the things that you guys had to go through this summer, missing out on some practices and that kind of thing, when you come into a game like this, a scrimmage like this, preparing for the season?
It's really good. for all the older guys coming back, I mean, it was just a system that we're used to and we've been a part of. So with everyone coming back old and having abbreviated, you feel me, fall camp like we did, it was just a main priority to start bringing some of the younger guys along. So just with everything being abbreviated and having older people that already know the system, it was just much easier to try to have those older people just bring people along and explain stuff, and just made it easier to just get all the information in the little space that we have.
To kind of follow up on that, it's a pretty experienced group, like we said, but who are some of those younger guys that you think might surprise some people this season?
Uh, we really got a lot. I mean, we really got some really good players from JUCO, and that's one thing about those JUCO players is they work. They definitely came in with the mindset of this is where they wanted to be and this is what they came to do. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some JUCO players really out there making plays. They came in with the right mindset, and I wish the best for them. I just love to see it. They come in and they compete.
Kyle's Jeff Lights from WBKO. What do you think the potential for this defense, with all the guys you got coming back, all the good talent that you have coming in, what do you see as you guys' potential to be this during the 2020 season?
I mean, we have the potential to go in there and definitely be a top 10 defense in the nation. I mean, I don't want to sell us short. I feel like we got a chance to go be the #1 defense team in the nation. You're bringing a bunch of vet guys back, but it's going to really come down to just locking in, because no matter how experienced you are, no matter how potential you have, it's all about what you do. So just keeping that focus and staying in tune.
Taryn Johnson, WKY 40 TV. Kyle, we're about at the halfway point of fall camp here. What are some things that you think the defensive unit needs to work on specifically these next 2 weeks before the season opener at Louisville?
One thing we definitely need to dial into is just like the small details. Because, I mean, at this point, everyone kind of understands the base formations and how to, you feel me, align and play to the regular formations. But when teams start motioning and trading the tight end, that's where things kind of get hectic. So it's really just being able to dial in and have the ability to know what you could get and what you should react to.
Kyle, Jared with the Daily News here again. I asked Coach White and Antwon about it, but going against the offense this year, how is that different than maybe what it was last year?
This year, they're very, very dynamic. I mean, they got some ball players out there just everywhere. So, I mean, every down, you don't know, they could throw it deep. They can hand it to Gage. They can hand it to several of the running backs that we got, and even some of the young freshmen that are out there really showing that they can do things. But just going against this offense has really taught us to stay honest, just because there's playmakers everywhere. So there's not, you feel me, one person we're trying to, you feel me, circle out and stop every practice. So it's just really been good for us because you got to really lock into your keys.
Kyle, where have you seen your game grow? Where do you want to take your game this year that you weren't, those levels that you weren't able to reach last year? What are some of the things you hope to improve on this season?
Last year for me, being my first time, you feel me, kind of down there in the box and really trying to just figure out, you feel me, gap fits and where I have help, where I don't have help. And the biggest step for me is just being able to, one, being at Mike, I need to be able to align the whole defense, not just myself. And then the second thing was I need to be able to fix things on the fly. Because rather than just being so locked in to what I have to do and I know I have the A gap, if someone gets pushed out, I need to be able to fix that and know, you feel me, the gap scheme completely. So for me, it was stop focusing so much on yourself and start understanding the full thing and really working with your team.